Hi. Oh my God. It has been so long since we have talked. How are you, Dior? How are you, my love? I'm so glad you're here. How are you doing? I literally was about to leave, not cut off the live, but my iPad is in the other room. And I really wanted to do some Sudoku, but it's fine. Because I don't need to do Sudoku right now. I actually have work to do. I have an addiction to Sudoku. So good. Oh my God. This is so crazy. I have a whole training bundle that is just not on my website. I never added it to my website. This is cray cray. Are you joking me? Oh my God. May I have a reading? Yeah, absolutely. Everything, the links and everything should be in the description box. Once you send in your payment, just let me know what your question is and I'll do it immediately. And give me 2 seconds because I have to run and grab my iPad. I'm going to cut the camera off, but I'm going to be here, okay? I'm going to put music on in the background. I made a subliminal last night. During yesterday's video, I said I was going to make a subliminal, and then I was literally in bed, and I was like, no, let me get up and go make a subliminal right now. And I literally made it, played it, had it going while I was sleeping. I woke up feeling so good, feeling very refreshed. I was going to have a meeting today. I wasn't feeling too good about the meeting. It's not a reflection of anything with the meeting. There was a lot going on. I was feeling really stressed out. A part of the affirmations in my subliminal is like, everything always works out for me. I wake up today, get a text message, the meeting is canceled, we need to reschedule. Thank you, God. Not like I was expecting the meeting to be bad. It was just a lot of things going on everywhere all at once. And I really just needed to take some pressure off. So I'm loving this subliminal. It's so good. And it's fine. You guys can hear it. It's not anything too specific to me. I mean, click off if you don't want to normalize $2,000 sales every day in your life. Like, other than that, it's very basic. It's not anything too specific to my life. It's just like, I'm loved, I'm supported, money shows up to me. For me, I'm financially abundant. I have the wardrobe of my dreams. God is on my side. Yeah, so it's fine. We can all listen to my subliminal. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Okay, hello. And I just got notification of your payment. You guys, I'm obsessed with Sudoku. I really am. Fabulous. I got the notification. Let me know what your question is, and I'll do it right now. I believe in vegetables and sriracha. Like, really bad. One thing about me, as I got further and deeper into just like health and nutrition, and I realized that I needed to increase my vegetable intake, I am somebody who believes in dressing, and I am somebody who believes in hot sauce, you know? And like, I've seen so many, well, several videos where it's like, your salad dressing has so many hidden calories in it. And to reduce the level of calories, you should water down your salad dressing. And then you can have more salad dressing. And I'm literally watching this video and I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. If I need to lather this salad up in ranch in order to increase my vegetables, I'm gonna do that. If I have to have some fucking drops of sriracha on my bowl full of vegetables so that they're fucking edible for me, I'm gonna do that. And I'm not gonna myself over calories. I just think certain shit is ridiculous. So anyway, that was my random rant. I believe in dressing. I believe in sriracha. I believe in having nutritious food in a way that feels edible and palatable to you. Because I'm the kind of person, if I'm not enjoying it, if I don't like it, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to keep doing it. I don't believe in torturing myself. And why would I torture myself? And I'm not going to continue showing up for myself and giving my body the things that it needs, when instead I could take action in a way that supports me. It's much more sustainable for me to be the woman who loves a good salad with a healthy, satisfying amount of ranch than to be a woman who only eats salad once a week every couple of months because she only allows herself to have a couple spoonfuls of salad because she's afraid of the salad dressing calories. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, this shit is ridiculous. Okay. I'm going to school for art and design, and I have too many creative ideas. I love this. Yes, I just had a salad and put ranch in it with no shame. Exactly. And we all should. Hidden Valley Ranch. Where's the fucking jingle when we need it from TikTok? I fucking love that Hidden Valley Ranch jingle. I fucking love that Hidden Valley Ranch jingle. Like, yeah. Like, fuck yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm getting my things. Okay, I'm moving stuff around because there's some food on my desk. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I want to pull, no. Okay, I have to get these cards, which are just right in front of me, but they're just not. Okay, give me a second, let me get my life together so I can get the cards that I'll use for your reading. I've been loving these oracle cards. These oracle cards are like the same cards that I have had for like the duration of my business. These are the oracle cards that I was using in 2020 when I was traveling across the country, and I was asking my guides, will I have enough money for food and gas and my next Airbnb? Like, these are fucking OGs for me, and I haven't been using them for many, many years, but I recently have gotten back into them, and they're just so good. I love them. Okay. So we'll do some of these, and then they're also saying to use some of the astrology dye. And then I also just have to take some bites of these vegetables because they're warm, and I'm not going to want them when they're cold. Okay. Just get better. What am I talking about? I love the question, what type of entrepreneurship I should get into. Okay. All right, we got our timer going. for 10 minutes. I'm going to set it for 11 because I got to put this down. And before I press start, I need a drink of water. Okay. So first things first, tapping into the energy immediately, just from the question that you asked, what comes to my mind is Rihanna and this concept of being multidimensional. So there's a couple different layers to your question. I'm going to go back so we can look at the actual words. I wanted to know, what type of business should I start that will make me financially abundant? So this is woo-woo. You're obviously getting a psychic reading. I'm going to give you the woo-woo spiritual answer. You can take any business and you can make it financially abundant. Right now, this mindset that you have is limiting you because you're not focused on what am I the most passionate about. You're not focused on what is going to light me up the most. What am I really excited to give? I'm not saying you're not focused on that, like you don't care about that, but that focus of what can I do that's going to make me the most amount of money, it starts to get into that hyper masculine territory. It starts to get into that territory of, I'm not going to believe it until I can see it. But the truth is, you can create wealth in any business. You can create wealth in any area of life. The question is, what are you going to be committed to? When we're having a conversation about entrepreneurship, we're having a conversation about tenacity. We're having a conversation about showing up even when it's hard. In your business, what you're going to have to do, no matter what, you're going to have to build an expectation of money coming in every single month. You're going to have to build a healthy relationship with your money. You're going to have supportive beliefs about your customers, about your audience. You're going to have to know how to build up a strong sense of conviction around the value of your work. And so instead of saying, what should I go into that's going to make me the most money? I would always focus on what do I want to go into that I'm actually going to love, that I'm actually going to like, that I'm actually going to enjoy. Because I'm not saying that I want you to expect the journey to be hard and difficult and all of these things. But with entrepreneurship, it's going to trigger you. And you already know this in your own way because you do have your TikTok account at least, right? You are somebody who is doing their psychic readings and putting their gifts out there into the world and offering people an opportunity to pay you. And so with entrepreneurship, whether it's doing psychic readings online or it's selling courses like me or one-on-one coaching or the mini mastermind, right? I sell 1,000,001 different things, but at the end of the day, entrepreneurship is going to trigger me. Every single time I'm going to sell a new product, every single time I'm going to increase my prices, there's a limiting belief that's going to be triggered. Maybe it's a belief about my audience. Maybe it's a belief about my belonging in the world. Maybe it's a belief about the value of my product, the value of my work. Maybe it's a belief about whether or not my audience can afford what I have to offer or whether or not my audience wants what I have to offer. These are thoughts that you're going to have to deal with. These are beliefs that you're going to have to deal with regardless of which sector you go into. So the first message that's coming through very clearly is, I would not focus on what am I going to do that's going to be able to make me the most amount of money, and I would instead focus on what do I want to do. Because think about it, I know that you're going to school for art, but I know that you also do psychic stuff, so I'm going to use psychic examples, but you can just take it and apply however it needs to be applied, right? When it comes to doing psychic readings, you have so many different ways to create wealth and to create abundance. You can do a Patreon and you can charge $3 or $5 for a Patreon, and you can get dozens and hundreds and thousands of people paying you $3, $5 every single month on your Patreon, and the thousands begin to add up really quickly. The only reason why I don't do Patreon is because I hate doing Patreon. I hate promising that I'm going to do a reading because the truth is, I'm not. If I'm not feeling it this week, I'm not doing shit this week. And that's the only reason why we literally do not have a Patreon for my channel. I can create wealth in that way. I can generate income in that way. But is that what I'm going to want to be doing 6 months from now? No, it's not. So that's not something that I'm going to put my time and energy towards. Okay. So I feel like you got that. I wouldn't focus on what can I do that's going to make me the most money? I would focus on what do I like? What do I like enough to pursue? And then we get into the energy of the Rihanna of it all. Music, Fenty Beauty, Fenty lingerie, Savage Fenty, whatever it's called, Fenty Skin. I don't know if her hair care line is still a thing, but there it is. And then you have Beyonce. Obviously, she's a singer. Now we have Sacred Beauty. Now we have the liquor, honey liquor, whiskey. You understand what I'm saying, right? So there's a lot of different opportunities. There is no rule that you have to do one thing. You can be multi-dimensional and things can loop into one another. And so what I say every single time somebody who is multi-passionate and multi-dimensional comes to me and they're like, I have so many passions, what do I do? I always say, focus on the thing that lights you up the most first, because it's going to be able to, you're going to be able to weave things in. You're going to be able to be creative with certain things. You'll also be able to create and like generate passive income through certain things while you go and work on other stuff. For example, me and my own personal life. I am focusing more on my creative work and passions and different things like that. But for the past 7 years, I've been focusing on personal development. I've been focusing on being the leader of your mind. As a consequence of 7 years of work and trial and error and learning about manifestation and investing in courses and workshops and coaching and all of that stuff, I have learned a lot about manifestation and personal development and healing from your past and being the leader of your mind. With everything that I have learned, I have turned those into courses. A course is something that I can record one time and I can sell it forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Now I'm having an experience where I'm planning on branching out. I have concepts of a second YouTube channel. There's multiple different things and different avenues that I'm planning on branching into in my world. But I still am having my coaching at the foundation of that. The coaching work that I have been doing, the courses that I have created are working as a solid foundation that is really going to launch me into and prop me up into all of these other different business ventures that I am planning on and just the moves that are being made at this time. Are you feeling what I'm saying? So the message isn't what specific one thing should I do. The message is always going to be listen to yourself and listen to your heart. What do you want to do? I can feel in your energy that there's a certain level of meditation might really help you with this, and not meditation in like a guided meditation sense, but meditation in like a sitting and focusing on your breathing for 15 minutes, or you can start with 10 minutes, work your way up to 15. But I literally would sit and I would meditate. I like to grab crystals because I think that they help and also give my hands something to fidget with. And I would sit and I would just meditate. I'm breathing in, and now I'm breathing out, literally. I don't know how other people do it, but in my mind, I still have to think thoughts. And so I literally just focus on I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out, or I focus on my chest is expanding, my lungs are filling up with air, and I am releasing and letting it go. And that's going to help you to start clearing down or quieting down that mental chatter that's going on, because you do have some fears, right? And you do have some limiting beliefs that are being triggered. And because of those fears and because of those limiting beliefs, you cannot clearly hear your soul. Here's what I know 110% for sure. Your next right step is always going to be made available to you. So whenever I'm working with a client who's like, I don't know what to do, the answer is you are not listening to yourself yet. And that's okay. Anybody who's dealing with these fears, anybody who wants to be financially abundant, but feels like money might be difficult for them, or feels like money can flow in more easily towards one thing versus another thing, like they would all have these hangups. They would all have these challenges. So the challenges that you're feeling and like the conflicting thoughts are normal. Meditation is going to help you to quiet down that chatter so that your inner being can be really loud, so that you can very clearly hear from yourself, what do you want? And then there's an energy, there's an element of bravery there that's required, because what I feel is that you know what you want to focus on. It's not the thing, it's not that it has to be one thing forever. It's not that it has to be one thing for 7 years. Your journey doesn't have to look like my journey. The reason why I'm sharing all of this is because I feel very clearly that your spirit team is like, you know your right next step. And there's a certain level of like, you can trust your life. You can trust yourself. You can trust your inner being. You can trust the journey that you're on. You can trust that things will come together. You can trust that you can create new things. You know what I mean? It's like before we had Rihanna, I don't know that we ever had a pop superstar that also was doing huge innovative things in the beauty industry and then also branching out into lingerie, right? Rihanna is in human design. She's a manifesting generator, right? So she's going to be somebody who is multi-passionate, and she's going to be somebody who's going to do 1,000,001 different things. It's like the audience that you're building on your TikTok, they can transfer over into whatever it is that you're going to do next. You're going to create that core fan base of people who are really going to follow you, right? When I announced my second YouTube channel, I anticipate that there will be people, some of whom have followed me this entire journey, who are going to immediately subscribe to the second YouTube channel because they like me, because they're a fan of me. So another thing that's coming through is in terms of your personal development work. This is not one thing that you're working on. This is something that you're going to continuously come back to. It's really valuing yourself and really valuing your energy. It's you. You are the product. Yes, they want the thing. Yes, they want the solution. Oh, hold on. Oh my God. Was I talking? Evergreen content, exactly. See, everyone keeps telling me I have to pick one thing. Exactly. And they're fucking wrong. They're limited. They're living in that hyper masculine way. Your desires were put on your heart for a reason. Your desires were put on your heart on purpose. Maybe you are meant to do something that we don't even know exists yet. That doesn't mean that it's not possible for you. You have been listening to, not in a bad way, just, surrounded by people who are focusing in that hypermasculine way where they have to see it and they have to taste it and they have to touch it and they have to feel it before they're willing to believe it. But that's not your story and that's not your life. There's an energy of bravery. There's an energy of being willing to show up and do what feels right for you, to trust yourself and trust the journey of your life. And then going back, you are the product. Yes, you're going to work on marketing. You're going to learn how to create copy. You're going to learn how to very clearly communicate to people what you have to offer and what the real tangible positive results of them having your products or your services or your artwork in their home or in their business. Like, yes, you're going to learn that marketing, but also on top of doing your marketing work, you also want to understand and place that significant value on yourself. You are the reason why they're buying. They can get a tarot reading from many, many people. They want a tarot reading from you. Yes, because they like your style, also because your energy. You have a unique energy signature that nobody else on planet Earth can replicate. It is valuable. I just did a podcast episode on this. You might want to look on the channel and listen to it if you haven't. And it's called like activating the energy of reciprocity or something like that. I think it was like the latest podcast episode I did. It's like one of the last two. The energy, practice tapping into the energy of living in a world that is grateful for your existence. Practice tapping into the energy of connecting with people who are grateful to be connected to you, who are grateful to be around you. That's going to powerfully help you to create and monetize any business. Because when people want to be around you and you value yourself, there is a price of entry to be in my life. There is a price of entry to be in your world. I am the brand. I think my lot of fortune is in my first house. Exactly. Beautiful. Perfect. You're right. Because I really just want to make art and do self-care for real. LOL. Valid. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see any last messages from your spirit team about this. We have clairsentience, and then we have soulmate relationship, and then we have self-employment at the bottom of the deck, which is so good. So self-employment says you are a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. So they're saying as you continue to move forward on this journey, it's like, it's so important for you to continue reminding yourself that your desire is on purpose and you can trust yourself. And it's like you're on the path. And just that knowing or playing with that idea in your head is going to attract thoughts into your life. It's going to attract ideas, and it's going to be even easier for you to listen to your spirit guides, because they're saying that meditation is a huge component, because sometimes the chatter of the world gets so loud inside of your mind that your spirit guides are trying to talk to you, but you can't really hear them because you're so focused on what's been said or what's going on in the physical or what somebody else says you can do or what you should do. They're talking to you, they're supporting you. And with that energy of that soulmate relationship, this comes through in multiple ways. It feels like there's soulmate clients for you. There's soulmate there's soulmate sales for you, and also there's soulmate businesses for you. You know what I mean? It's that energy of destiny. What if I was destined to work with these people? What if people were destined to buy from me? What if people were destined to find me? And from that place, you're not showing up and marketing as, is somebody going to want this? Is somebody going to show up for me? Now your marketing serves the purpose not to convince people to buy from you, but your marketing serves the purpose of communicating to the people who were always going to buy. And that's a lot easier than convincing somebody to buy. And that's a lot easier than showing up every single day going, are people going to want it? What if they don't show up? You're just being called to remind yourself, my desire is on purpose, and there are people who were made, there are people who were born to buy from me. Continue to follow your desire and don't be afraid to pivot. With the energy of compassion, soften your heart with respect to the situation and all of the people involved, including yourself. I just feel like this is saying you don't have to be hard on yourself. When you have a desire and the world tells you you're supposed to have something different, you start to feel like there's something wrong and broken within you. When you say, I want to do this, 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 and this, and this, and they say, you have to pick just one, you start feeling like, well, what the hell is wrong with me? Because I feel like I want to do 1,000,001 different things. And so that's where the compassion comes in. That's where the self-trust comes in. That's where the valuing yourself comes in, where it's like, no, I'm going to trust myself, and I'm going to love myself, and I'm going to honor myself, even if my ideas are different, even if other people don't understand. It's that, I love it. I think it's so stereotypical and cliche even, but I love it when people are like, those posts on social media where it's like, when God gave you your vision for your life, he didn't make it a conference call. He just called you. They don't have to understand. It's so cliche, but like, shit, that's real. That's so fucking real. It wasn't a conference call. It wasn't a, I'm calling you to do this thing and you have to get everybody in your community and everybody in your school and everybody that you've ever met on board. It's not about them. It's about you. This journey of entrepreneurship, this journey of you moving towards and accumulating and growing and expanding wealth, this is about you and God. That's it. That's it. Okay. And then we have clairsentience. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. We've already talked about this. Your desire is your destiny. You can trust yourself. You know the way. And it is that kind of energy from Moana, you know, Song of the Ancestors. I am Moana. I know the way. Okay. So good. Yes, dude, I've been seeing the word impact everywhere, and I feel it's related to my self-employment. You feel it's related to your self-employment, like you feel like you were born to impact lives. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely. Oh, that was a really good reading. What businesses are you thinking about starting? I have a big purpose. I believe you. I wanted to go make tarot decks. Oh, that's so dope. Also, I'm into women's wellness, hormones, and somatic healing. I love that. That's so dope. We need more designers, especially Black women, in the tarot deck space. That's so amazing. And it's like, you asked the question, how can I do this and generate wealth? You just described a huge untapped market. How many tarot decks do you know that feature artwork of women that look like you? I don't know many. I'm sure there's a few. We could have a hell of a lot more. I wanted to create a wellness business around that. I love that. A wellness business around helping women balance their hormones and somatic healing. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I have so many deck ideas. Yes, you should do it all. Oh my God. My heart lights up around making a tarot deck though. I love that. Start with that first. Have you seen on TikTok? I don't know who it is. I don't follow the creator, but she made her own tarot deck. And I think that she used clippings from like ebony magazines or like from black magazines. I want to say that she did that. Have you seen that? I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't follow the whole project, but every single one that I saw was so cool. And it was just like different, you know, obviously physical clippings from magazines and stuff like that for each of the tarot cards. It was so cool. That's where I want to make my mark as an artist. That's why I'm going to school. I love that. I love that so much. No, I haven't seen it. Yeah, if I haven't seen the videos in a really long time, but I know that I have you on TikTok. So if it comes up on my For You page again, I'll send it to you. But it's so good. It's so good. If I can find it. Let me see. I'll pull it up. I'll pull up TikTok right now. You gave me a lot of clarity. Good. I am so happy to hear that. Hi, Sweet Pea. What is my favorite Halloween candy? I don't know that I have a favorite Halloween candy. I really want to include feminism in my artwork too. I love that. What does that look like for you, feminism in your artwork? I don't know if I have a favorite Halloween candy. I'm going to be honest with you. Let me see. Black Tarot. No, that's not the search bar. Black Tarot deck. Black Tarot deck. Creating my own. Oh, and I need you to make your tarot decks ASAP. I am so tired of seeing AI decks. I will not buy a deck made from AI art. I won't do it. And I'm not even like, I hate AI and I think AI is the worst thing in the world. But when it comes to that, like artwork, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. Collaging until I've created a deck. No, that's not it. Oracle. Oh my god. This is so cool. Ugh, now I want to make my own tarot deck. Oh my god. I'm just looking up creating my own tarot deck. Like, come on. Y'all know that I would like this. Oh, wait. Maybe Hoodoo one will go. Yes. Found it. Creating a tarot deck using essence, magazines, and channeling the ancestors. Okay, I'm sending it to you right now. Okay, yeah. I just sent it to you. I haven't seen this one. Oh my god. It is just so wow. Oh, she's fabulous. I just got it. Perfect. Yes, I'm gonna... Oh, wait, hold on. Telling the stories of women who inspire me. I love that. You want to include the stories of women who inspire you inside of the tarot deck. And I was thinking of incorporating my cycle syncing knowledge into my decks. I love that. That would be so dope. Oh my god, that would be so amazing. Yes, I'm going to start during the summer. I love that. I'll send you a copy when it's completed. Fabulous. Yes. I love it. I just got it. I have an idea for a Hoodoo Salon deck too. Oh my god, I love this. I need you to bring all of these ideas into fruition. Like, girl, you're literally sitting on so much money. I love this for you. Oh, so good. You're welcome. You inspired me. Thank you. Love to be a source of inspo. I love this creator so bad on TikTok. I love him so bad. He did his video a couple days before Valentine's Day. He's like, and you could just love yourself and you could just be your own Valen. And he always shortens words. He's like, you could just be your own Valen. And then he cuts himself off. He's like, no, I don't want to hear that shit either. So good. That was beautiful. Good, good. I'm so happy to serve. I agree. I thought that was beautiful too. Have you listened to Jill Scott's new album? I haven't. I've only listened to one. You gave me the reassurance I needed. I'm getting on it. Good. I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited for you. No, I haven't. Is it good? I haven't heard it either. I heard one song. I heard the first song, which was good, but I didn't listen to the album all the way through, so I can't give any review, but I am going to get into it for sure. Maybe today, maybe tonight, because I need to do that. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah. I'm working on a proposal for a program because I'm working with and collaborating with this local nonprofit. I'm really excited about it. So we had a meeting on Friday, and now I'm putting together a proposal for like a 4 to 6 week series. And I'm actually going to use the bones from the Next Level Mindset Mastery program, which was a 6-month program. But month 5 was breath work. So we're going to take out month 5. And then instead of months, it'll be weeks. And so I already have a lot of really good questions. I've got trainings, which I'll turn into new trainings, and, you know, we'll shift the topics that we're talking about and stuff so that it's more applicable to teenagers. But that's going to be so good. I'm super excited about it. Yes, sounds amazing. I know, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I think it's going to be so good. Oh, so what have you guys been up to lately? You just reminded me, I have a few of the cards I started working on last year. I'm hand painting the Hoodoo deck. I love that. What are you putting it on? Like, what is the material that you're doing it on? Is it like big and you're going to shrink it down? Or do you already have like small cards that are already the size? I've been up to my neck in homework. Oh, really? Have you been going to school this entire time? I feel like we've never talked about you being in school. But I love it, LOL. I'm waiting on my hair stuff to come in the mail too. I love that. How are you going to do your hair? No, I just started school in January. That's dope though. That's awesome. I'm doing copper boho twist. I don't think I know what that is. But copper, like the color, is that kind of like orangey? Can I say that? Like a brownish orange? I'm so excited. It's going to be so tea. I bet that it is. Let me look up. I don't know what boho twist is. Boho twists. Cute. These are so cute. I really need to get over my fear. Ever since I saw that thing that was like talking about the chemicals in the like synthetic hair or different things like that for hair extensions, I've been really afraid. But I need to get over my fear because I need to do some cute hairstyles. So I need to find some good high quality like hair, synthetic hair products that I feel that I can trust. I don't know how, but we're gonna find it. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a brown orange. It sounds really cute. I feel like it's gonna look really cute, especially with like your skin tone, like your skin complexion. Mwah, chef's kiss. Sounds so cute. I'm painting over my first deck I ever got. Oh, I love that. And it's sentimental. I love that. I think if you wear it a lot with no breaks in between, it's bad. I had a long day of princessing. I'm going to go take a nap, but thank you so much for the reading. It was perfect. You're welcome, my love. Thank you for being here, and thank you for asking that question. It was really good. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, if anybody wants a reading, tell me. Mm. Oh my God. The internet wants to make me get a bob so bad. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Beyonce posted a picture of Bob. She looks fabulous. This woman I follow on TikTok right now, Bob. She looks fabulous. And her hair is kind of burgundy. Should I get a bob, you guys? No. My conversations with myself lately have been holding myself back from making impulsive decisions with my hair. But also, if your hair is just clipped all the time, I'm not getting a bob. I'm not getting a bob because I'm not wearing my hair straight all the time. I'm not wearing my hair straight all the time. I'm not wearing my hair down all the time. I'm not getting a bob. No. You guys, I'm going to have to get a wig collection. I'm going to have to just start buying wigs. Because at this point, that's the only thing that she can do. Because I'm not cutting my hair off. I'm not. Ugh. But I do need to get my hair cut in layers. I really do need to do that. Oh! That was actually me. I just saw this TikTok of a little girl. And it says, just a girl being raised with a dad and 3 brothers. And she runs into the room and she screams, nigga, and then she runs out. And when I was a little girl, I used to use the N-word a lot. I did. I used the N-word quite a bit when I was a little girl. It was the only cuss word that I could say without getting in trouble, so I really took advantage of that. When I say this little girl is me, I mean like this little girl is me. Her bob is a sew-in. I don't want to get a sew-in. I'm afraid I'll take it out immediately. Oh, but her hair looked so good. That color match is excellent. Do you love what you feel? Oh, should I just get a sew-in, you guys? No. My hair is not going to stay straight. If I think too hard, my scalp will start to sweat. No. Ugh, but it's so cute. Los Angeles hairstylist. Oh, I kind of want blonde hair, you guys. Oh, I gotta do something. I gotta do something to this hair, man. Oof. I would look so good. I feel like I would look so good with a balayage. I feel like I would look so good with a balayage. Like, I would look so good. Like, just a couple. Just like a couple, like a brown, like some brown and light blonde streaks in the hair. Like, I feel like it would be so good. But I have to do a wig. I have to do a wig, but if I do a wig full, you're going to be able to see the lace. Do I just not care? Do I just not care about the lace? Do I just not give a damn about the lace? Ugh. Too many decisions. Hello, everyone. I'm just scrolling through my TikTok, but if you want to say hi or you want a reading, I'm here. Hi, Grace. Yes, I am still taking questions. Hi, how are you? Oh, oh, it's a video of a dog in like Walmart, and the dog is getting up to look at a baby. Look, I'll show you. Oh, can you see? Oh, the dog is trying to see the baby. Like, you're a baby. I was just thinking that because I was looking at my pictures. I did a little editing of my about page on my website, and I have pictures of myself as an adult and as a baby. And the very first picture is me dressed like a little angel. She is so cute. Like, oh, I'm so obsessed with myself. I've always been obsessed with baby pictures of myself. Even when I was a little girl looking at like, like photo albums, like I have always thought I was the cutest baby on planet Earth. Here, I'll show you. It's on my website. And I'm just looking at this and I'm just like, oh my God, like you're a baby. I love that TikTok audio where it's like, I love babies because you are a baby. Like, and I was literally thinking about this. Like, look at her. Look at her. Look at her. My fucking angel. Like, she's so cute. And her little two front teeth. Her little two freaking front teeth, man. Oh my God. My freaking angel. Oh my God. I don't know if you're still here, Grace, but if you want a reading, you can. If anybody wants a reading, you can just send it. I'm here, but I'm on TikTok. So, whatever you guys want. Oh my God. With his little wig. That's so funny. I love TikTok. Oh my God. Oh, fine. I've literally been thinking, what do I want to do for my birthday? It's in a month. I have to manifest a great birthday. Now. This is good. Okay. Shut up. My God. Oh my God. It's like the next video on my For You page is like, let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein and his connection to Hermes. But then it's like, there is no connection. Thank God. Why would you say that at the beginning of the fucking video? Oh my God. Somebody commented, Hermes keychain, here I come. Great. Now I have to figure out how to afford Hermes. Oh my God. Hi, Lulu. How are you? I'm so sorry. I have to check the chat every 2 seconds. I'm sorry. If you guys say something and I don't respond immediately, I'm sorry. I have to go to Disneyland so soon, you guys. Whoever sent me money, I just got it. Let me know what your question is. You guys, I'm supposed to be working. This is why I'm not allowed to get on TikTok. How long have I been scrolling? I cash out you. Perfect, Buki. Let me know what your question is, and I'll do it right now. Beyonce and that fucking bob. Do I need a blonde bob, you guys? I feel like I would eat. Wait. Let's visualize together. Like not a full, like a brown, like a balayage moment. Yes. Yes. I got the payment, boo-boo. Mm-hmm. Just let me know what your question is. Like a bob. Bob? That would be crazy. Bob up here? That would be insane. A bob. Brown. Dark brown with light brown blonde highlights. A balayage bob. I don't know. I feel like I would eat. It was pending on mine at first. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to click out of the YouTube. It's going to be like, oh my God, she's gone. But I'm not gone. I'm just clicking out of the YouTube so I can go to my Cash App and make sure everything is okay. Your birthday is coming up and you want a bob? Shut up. My birthday is coming up. Oh my God. Is the universe conspiring to get us bobs right now? Is the universe conspiring to get us bobs right now? Are we all cutting off our hair? Oh my God. What's your name? B.O.B. So they calling you Bob? Stop playing, nigga. You know that I'm known for the Bob. Oh my God. I'm a Pisces too. Oh my God. This is too much. This is too much. Okay, I have to click off to make sure that I got your payment. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh my God, my eye. Are you okay? My allergies have been acting up. My eye is like, she's fighting for her life a little bit. That's okay. I'm a Pisces. OMG, this is way too much for me. No, literally. It's too much. Because are we or are we not getting a bob? Oh, I feel like I need burgundy hair. There's too many options. There's too many options for what I can do with my hair. You know what? I'm gonna make an appointment. I'm gonna make an appointment, and then I'm gonna go to the salon. I'm gonna get layers cut. I'm gonna flat iron my hair. I'm gonna get layers cut. I have to do it now. I should have done it in the wintertime. The heat, the temperature is rising. As it gets hotter, my capacity to maintain straight hair, it dwindles because I'm hot-headed, and it's really a curse. My anger is a curse, but it's not just my anger. It's literally the temperature. Being a Mars ruled woman is not for the weak, because I literally will sweat the hell out of anything. Literally. I'm going to get my hair flat ironed, but I'm not going to be able to look in the mirror, because if I feel too good when I flat iron my hair and I feel too good and I'm smiling too hard, my scalp starts sweating. Like, this is self-sabotage. But also, I really think I'm just so pro-black. I'm just so pro-black. Like, the pro-blackness is in my DNA. So when I flat iron my hair, my body is like, no. When I flat iron my hair, my body is like, no, power to the people. Anyway, I'm an Aries rising. I'm a Scorpio rising, but like, still, Mars ruled women. You get it. Aries looks so good with short hair. Beyonce's an Aries rising. Oh, she looks so good with that short hair. Disney. I just moved to Orlando in December. I love that. Oh my God. I've never been to Disney World. I want to go to Disney World so bad, but I'm kind of boycotting Florida because of the whole Republican thing. Not just the Republican thing in general, but the Republican and the way that they treated the way that they treat immigrants, like everything that's been going on there. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go to Florida. Yeah, but I do want to drink all around the world. So I have mixed feelings about the state of Florida. I really do. But I love my California. I love my California. I love you, California Adventure. I love my Disneyland in California. Love them bad. I'm just finishing up school and closing out chapters in New York City right now, and I'm gone. Shut up! You went to school in New York? Are you from New York? This is crazy. I'm literally moving to New York. It's too much going on. There's just way too many synchronicities happening right now. I sweat all my wigs and styles out. Like, it's a fucking shame. It's a shame. As soon as I clicked on this reading, you said things that resonated with me. Oh my God, damn it, we're aligned. We're literally aligned. Like, ugh, down to the hair follicles. Fuck yeah, why not? I'm from New York City, born and raised. I love that. Oh my God, that's so crazy. Like, the synchronicities are insane. Oh my God. I love this. Okay, my love. What's your question? What's your name, B.O.B.? So they calling you Bob? Stop playing, nigga. You know that I'm known for the Bob. Finally got a place in Florida because I want to do real estate out there. Wow, that's interesting. Why real estate in Florida specifically? That is really interesting. Real estate in Florida, even with the hurricanes and everything? Or is it not impacted if you're not coastal? But I mean, Florida's a peninsula, so isn't it like all coastal? I met someone who's affiliated with the Selling Tampa Girls, and she told me to get my license for Florida. Period. Period. And if you can end up on the reality TV, no further questions at this time. I love it. I'm holding the vision of you on Selling Tampa tonight. Amen. Abso-fucking-lutely. Get into it. Yeah. That's my dream. I love that so much. Good for you. Yes. That sounds super fucking dope. Hell yeah. Manifest that shit. Period. It's already yours. It's already yours. By the time that the opportunity has manifested in your physical reality, it's already yours. And I think this is something I've been having a conversation with. You know what? Let me just hit record on my microphone really quick. What blessings are coming to me this year? Okay. I'm going to talk for 5 minutes and then I'm going to answer your question. If my computer will hurry up, because I really want to say this and it's really, really good. Are you joking with me? I hate when you're doing something on your like Mac and the fucking rainbow wheel comes up. Like, girl, come on now, please. But it is my bad because I have had my computer going for a little bit too long and it really just needs to get cut off. You're right. Okay. If she will load in 2 seconds, then we can record this really quickly. And I can record while I'm telling you what I was always going to say. Girl, she's doing too much. She's... Okay, just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. She's going. Because I kind of forgot. We need to do a podcast episode for today. Okay. Okay, so what I was just saying was, by the time the opportunity has gotten to you in the physical reality, you're already a vibrational match to it. And I feel that sometimes we can get caught up once the opportunity comes in and we can start second guessing ourselves. Like, am I going to be able to do this? Is this available to me? But in terms of the law of attraction, in terms of manifestation, by the time that the opportunity is in your physical reality, you have already proven that you're a vibrational match to it, right? Like you just said, I know someone and I'm affiliated with someone who is connected to or is a part of the production or something for this Selling Tampa reality television show. By the time that you have that connection, by the time that you met that person, that meeting was already happening as a consequence of a whole bunch of other little pieces that had to be moved into place. And I think our mindset sometimes can be, I'm not saying you have this mindset, but in general, our mindset sometimes can be like, okay, I've got this opportunity. Is this something that I can actually do? We start to feel pressure. Those limiting, unsupportive beliefs start to get triggered and we start to feel inclined to like get in our own way where we feel like, is this happening for me? Is this possible for me? Can I really do this? It's like you start second guessing yourself. But the message and the mindset shift is literally once the opportunity is in your physical reality, not saying that you got the job application. I'm talking about the second that you become aware of the job, the second that you begin communicating with people who are in those right positions. It's like you're already in alignment. The path has already been cleared. You're already well on the way. And it's such a supportive mindset to have, to think of yourself as already being well on the way. In my own personal life, I have started to do some work with a local nonprofit organization, and I'm so excited to be working with them and doing amazing things within the community. And as I've been working with these amazing women and getting to know them and stuff, I have had moments where it's kind of like, well, we're going to see maybe if it's a good fit. And there's just been this energy of doubt that really has nothing to do with me. But I have observed myself. It's like I have seen these opportunities for doubt to get planted within myself. And I have to remind myself that no, the opportunity is here. The energy is flowing so beautifully. We are really able to collaborate in such a wonderful way. It's like I've sat in meetings with these women a few times now, and every single time we connect, it's like we enter a flow state. The ideas are just flowing and everything, the energy just feels so beautiful. And it's like, well, if this works out, if we're able to do this and this and this, it's like 1 second somebody will say a phrase like, if it works out and if it's a good fit. And then the next second somebody is saying the phrase of like, well, we're going to need to prepare this and this and this to put you on the website. And then we're going to do this. And then there's going to be a Black History Month parade and you can walk with us for this and this and this. And so what I'm saying is, before the desire has manifested and solidified in the physical reality, there's opportunities for you to wobble. There's opportunities for you to go back and forth within yourself. There's opportunities for you to second guess yourself. There's opportunities for you to question whether or not you're going to be able to achieve your goal or make your desire happen. But the mindset shift that I'm bringing to you today is, once the opportunity has manifested in your physical reality, it's already done. It's like the universe has lined you up, and all you have to do is take this shot. And instead of getting in your own head and questioning yourself and doubting yourself and making things harder on yourself, you have the option and opportunity to say, this opportunity came to me for a reason. Everything is already aligned in my favor, and I am just walking out this path. What if it had already been predestined for you to walk out that path of success? What if it had already been predestined for you to be on Selling Tampa or some other fabulous reality television show? What if it had already been predestined for you to make a killing doing amazing real estate? What if it had already been predestined for you to reach your desire and to manifest the things that you want in life? What if it had already been predestined for you, and every step that you're taking, every decision that you're making, this opportunity that you are accepting and taking action on, it's just you following the path that you were always going to follow? And really, we're having a conversation about your self-concept. We're having a conversation about your identity. And I've been having this conversation with myself a lot lately. When I start to feel stressed, or I start to feel worried, or I start to feel freaked out about whether or not things are going to work out for me, or whether or not I'm going to get my desire, I've literally been reminding myself and coming back to this truth of like, wait a second. You are the successful woman. You are the woman who was born to be a multimillionaire. You are the woman who was born for entrepreneurship. You are the woman who was born to succeed. You are the woman who was born to win, period, point blank. If you were always going to sell the amount of courses that you wanted to sell, if you were always going to make the amount of money that you wanted to make, if you were always going to be respected, if you were always going to be discovered, if you were always going to be chosen, how would you be feeling right now? And what would you be thinking right now? You probably wouldn't be thinking, what if it doesn't work out for me? It's not possible for me. I have caught myself almost going down a downward spiral of, what if this doesn't work? What if people don't like me? Blah, 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 blah. But it's like, no, you're absolutely brilliant. You have nearly a decade's worth of experience. Nobody is as good as you at your fucking job. You're literally so amazing. You have conversations with these women. You are giving them amazing mindset shifts. And it's so obvious that you have a tremendous amount of value that you are offering to provide. The energy feels great. If they have their own moments of doubt and their own stuff that's coming up for them, that's on them to figure out. Not in a bad way. Nobody's bad. Nobody's anything. It's not a reflection of anybody's character. We all have our own doubts that can be triggered in situations, but I don't have to internalize somebody else's doubt. When it comes to business, when it comes to selling, I don't have to internalize somebody else's doubt when they're questioning whether or not they want to buy something. That's not my job. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to know who I am. My responsibility is to know that I am destined to have XYZ amount of sales this month, or XYZ amount of sales in my lifetime, or XYZ amount of income, or XYZ amount in my savings account, because that's who I am. And I am walking out this path that has already been paved for me, period, point blank. I don't have to second guess. I don't have to question whether or not I can do it. If I couldn't do it and I wasn't able to achieve it, the opportunity would not have been presented to me in the first place. If I was incapable, the opportunity would not have been presented to me in the first place. If I was incapable, I wouldn't have these ideas. If I was incapable, I wouldn't have the desire. And then in an even bigger sense, I don't believe that any of us are incapable of anything. I believe very strongly that I can do anything that I put my mind to. I believe more than anything that I can figure out anything. I believe that I'm brilliant. I believe that I'm capable. I believe that I am competent. I believe that I am a solution-oriented woman. And these are the characteristics that make me someone. My belief in myself is a characteristic. My belief that everything is figure-outable is a characteristic that makes me a woman who is obviously going to have multiple six figures in her business. What are the characteristics within you? What you're willing to believe, what you're willing to expect, how you're willing to be courageous, how you're willing to take action, your tenacity, your commitment to the end result. What are the characteristics that you possess right here and right now that make your success inevitable? And when you're having those moments of doubting yourself and you're having those moments of maybe I can't do it, you come back to that knowing. You come back to that list of characteristics. You come back to that truth of what's alive within you. You come back to that truth of what you choose to believe. You redirect your mind. I say this all the time. I haven't said it in a really long time, but sometimes with manifestation, it's not even so much that you have more healing work to do, even though maybe you do. But it's not that you have more healing work to do. It's that you need to give your brain something else to do. If your brain has been used to worrying, if your brain has been used to stressing, if your brain has been used to telling the story that you're not good enough, maybe you just need to give your brain something else to do. Because your brain is like, hey, every single time we get a new opportunity, we freak out about it and we feel like we don't belong and we're afraid that we're going to be rejected. And you, as the leader of the mind, get to say, hey, brain, we're going to do something different this time. From this point forward, I'm going to do it deliberately, and then my brain is going to pick it up and will do it for me, and then it will become subconscious. But from this point forward, when we get a new opportunity, instead of questioning ourselves and focusing on how we're not good enough and focusing on how we can't do it and focusing on the fear, we're going to do something different. We're going to focus on our strengths. We're going to focus on why we know we're amazing. We're going to focus on why we know that we are the perfect woman for the job. I literally have been sitting and pouring that life into myself. Obviously, I am amazing for the work that I am called to do because I'm a tenacious woman, because I have really gone through the growth and the expansion, because I have so many years of experience, because I have tools that I know for a fact work. Instead of focusing on other people's doubt, which they get to have, I get to focus on what I'm certain about. And that's how I go from feeling terrified, or I go from second guessing myself to feeling more grounded and to feeling centered and to feeling safe and to feeling secure. And that's it. That's the podcast episode. Oh my God. 12-minute podcast episode, you guys. I love this game. Okay. For the podcast, if you want to go even deeper in this, there's two things I have to tell you about, because we've been talking about the receiver's mindset. So of course I want to plug that, but really I would tell you to check out my self-esteem course. It's called I Can and I Should. And it's literally a course on healing your relationship with failure and boosting your self-esteem. Your self-esteem is what you believe you are capable of achieving, what you believe that you can do. I Can and I Should is the program where I am helping you and I'm taking you through my process for believing in myself, believing that I can achieve things that I have never achieved before. And I've done this multiple times, right? I had never been a successful entrepreneur before. I had never filed my own taxes before. I had never filed taxes for my personal self. I had never filed taxes for my business. I did both of those myself. I had never sold a course before. I did that. I had never gone from selling a course from like $7 to $47 to $333 to like $1,700 to $2,000. I had never successfully raised my prices and my rates of my courses. I used the concepts and the teachings inside of I Can and I Should to raise my prices and raise my income and to create consistent income in my business. Okay? That's all I got. Check out I Can and I Should. And of course, check out The Receiver's Mindset, because it's a course about your self-worth. Your self-esteem is what you believe you can achieve. Your self-worth is how you believe you deserve to be treated. These things go hand in hand. When you believe that you deserve to be treated well and you believe that you can achieve anything that you put your mind to, you're in there like swimwear, as my late father would say. Okay? I love you so much. Check out the links in the description box and buy the offers that feel the best to you. And I'll talk to you in the next episode. Okay, bye. Okay, fabulous. Thank you for waiting. Okay. Once I'm, hold on. Blessings coming in this year. I always watch your pick of cards, especially about gassing us up and glow ups. You are that girl, Natalie. LOL. Thank you. I do my best. I love those readings so much. Like, I really do believe that there is so much value in having that life spoken into you of why you're amazing and why you're beautiful and why you're the best and why you're the fucking baddest. Like, ugh. And I feel like no shade to the other girls and the other readers, but it's like, we don't do that enough. Back in my day, back in 2019, back in 2020, back in 2021, like back in the day, we used to, you could get on YouTube every single day and there would be a new reading about what they love about you and why you're attractive and all of this stuff. Now, it's just, what is he thinking about you today? Which is not a crime. But in a much more real sense, I don't care about his thoughts unless they're his thoughts about why I'm fabulous. You know what I mean? Like, not saying I don't care, but like, let's talk about something that really matters. You're talking to me right now. Good. I'm happy that you also like that and that resonated with you. I'm so glad, because it kind of ended up taking a little bit longer than I anticipated, but that's fine. Okay. We're tapping into the energy of blessings coming to you this year. I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. Okay, I'm getting the astrology done. Okay. I'm getting my timer. Okay. We're going to do astrology die first. Oh my God, my nose itches. Okay. I just need space on my desk. My earphones are dying. Okay, we're going to start with the astrology die. Tapping into Lulu's energy. What blessings. Spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. I just heard the song It's Raining Men. Hallelujah. It's raining men. I feel like you're going to have a lot of romantic options this year. We'll pull more cards, but immediately romantic options. And then what do we have here? We have Venus, shut up, in the 9th house, exactly. In Leo, what did I freaking say? Your blessings this year. I feel like you're going to be dating a lot of men. Ninth house energy gives me the energy of other cultures, okay? So you might be very popular with men of a different culture, or men of a different race, or men of different races. I don't know if the place that you're moving to, I don't know if you just moved to Florida or you're still moving to Florida, but I feel like this new place that you're going, or oh my God, there's so many things coming through. This new place that you're going, and also I can see you doing a lot of traveling. I feel like you're going to be very popular, okay? Because Leo is ruled by the sun. And the sun is the center of our solar system. All of the planets gravitate around the sun. And so wherever we have Leo, we have a gravitational pull. We get attention. We are seen. We are noticed. We are recognized, but we're also loved. We're also adored, right? Aquarius and Leo both get attention. Aquarius gets attention because they're weird and they stand out. They're really brilliant, but whatever, they're a little bit more outcast. Leo gets attention because they stand out, but they're loved and they're accepted and they're praised. So I feel like you, Venus energy, this is romantic energy. This is also relationships. So yes, I do feel romantically. I don't know if you're romantically interested in men, but that's what I see. I see a lot of men being interested in you. And my Mars is in the 9th house in Sagittarius. Okay, perfect. This aligns. I always wanted to date outside of my culture, LOL, and I love to travel. Yes, I live in New York City just to close out cycles and finish school, and I'm going home to Florida. Yeah, perfect. So I definitely feel like my Venus is in the 12th house in Pisces, LOL. Okay, I feel like your blessings this year, that's so interesting to have Mars square your Venus, and maybe even square your sun, depending on, you know, all of the placements and everything. But anyway, what am I saying? You're going to have this gravitational pull where people are going to be noticing you. You're going to be seen. The 9th house is also that global scale. I was just watching a like an astrology video on TikTok weeks ago, and it was kind of like theorizing that 9th house energy can indicate massive appeal to large amounts of people. I don't know if you've ever considered doing social media. I know you say you want to do like the reality TV thing and all of that, but I could also see you getting into doing like influencer stuff, doing vlogs. This is a day in my life as a realtor in Florida or whatever, you know what I mean? A real estate agent in Florida. This is blah, blah, blah. I could just see that because the video was like talking about 9th house energy and how when people have 9th house energy, they tend to have massive appeal, and specifically like massive sex appeal. And I think one of the examples was Rihanna, and it said that Rihanna has Mars in her 9th house. But another example I think was Megan Thee Stallion, who I think has Venus in her 9th house. I can't remember if this is correct or not, but I know that the gist was that in that that the energy, the theory was that that 9th house energy represents that global desire. And I would even argue that that 12th house energy and Piscean energy represents a global desire as well, because that Piscean energy, I consider it to be the energy of the collective unconscious. So if I have Venus in Pisces or Venus in the 12th house or both like you do, then I might have the kind of beauty that people only dream of, people only fantasize about. I love being a Pisces woman and having Neptunian energy, because you really do get to be that manic pixie dream girl, you know, in some way, shape, or form, where the things that people think about, the things that people fantasize about, you have that in your real life, right? I am good looking, not to sound conceited, but men do obsess over me, and women also. I get it, I understand. I relate to it, resonates with me, you know what I mean? So I feel like that energy is something you're going to be capitalizing off of, and not in a manipulative way, but just like They're singing Remy Ma. Speaking of New York, I'm conceited. I've got a reason. It's okay to be confident in yourself. That Leo energy is confidence. You're going to be stepping into next level self-confidence of yourself. We're not pulling cards from there. We're going to pull tarot. I see you stepping into next level confidence of yourself and allowing yourself to like utilize that. It's relationships with people who are seeing you, who are liking you, and that helping you to grow and expand. Like you talk about knowing the guy who knows the guy or something like that. It's that kind of energy where, oh yeah, we're going to this club or we're going to this party or we're going to blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, this person met me. And while I was at this event, I met another person. There's a lot of networking that's going to be happening for you. That song was in my head. I was just playing one of her songs earlier. I love it. Yes. Oh my God. My Jupiter is, and we got the 9 of Cups. This is so good. My Jupiter is in my 12th house also with my Venus. I wonder if that plays a part. Oh my God. We got the 9 of Cups and the Empress. I mean, I'm sure that it does. I'm just pulling the astrology die to get a breakdown of the energy, but it makes sense that you might want to be looking into those connections, because with Venus, we have love, we have relationships, and with Jupiter, we have growth and expansion. So having your Venus and Jupiter connecting with one another, that's, I grow and expand through my relationships and connections with other people. I definitely feel like you'll be activating that energy a lot. With the 9 of Cups and the Empress, I feel like this year, this feels like a lot of like financial blessings, okay? I see you being very financially blessed and fortunate this year, and it's just it's like this energy of how much are you willing to receive, especially with Venus and Jupiter in your 12th house and having that 9th house energy, Mars and Sagittarius in the 9th house. You have so much Jupiterian energy because Sagittarius is going to be traditionally ruled by Jupiter, and then you have that Pisces energy, which, I mean, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Pisces, which is also traditionally ruled by Jupiter. So you have this energy of abundance. With the energy of the Empress card coming out, it feels like this is an incredibly abundant year for you, where you're really tapping into and capitalizing off of that Jupiterian energy. And it's just a question of how much are you willing to allow yourself to receive? How good are you willing to allow life to get for you? And with that Sagittarian energy and that Piscean energy, you have to be willing to believe, and you have to be willing to believe in the impossible. The reason why Pisces and Sagittarius are able to live such amazing, extraordinary lives is because they're willing to believe in extraordinary shit. Amanda Francis has this quote where she basically is like, she's talking and she's saying, I don't believe in thinking realistically. If I want to think realistically, I'm going to live a realistic life. I don't want a realistic life. I want to live an impossible life. I want to live an unrealistic life. I want to live a life where people look at me and they question, how the hell did she do that? How the hell did she make that happen? You having this Jupiterian energy, this in your natal chart is something that you naturally embody. This is faith. This is your deep spiritual connection to your angels and your ancestors, or whatever it is that you're working with in terms of your spiritual practice. So this is you just tapping into that and like harnessing that energy and trusting. This is the energy of the leap of faith. The reason why Sagittarius and Pisces, Jupiterian people can take leaps of faith successfully is not just because they're blessed by the universe and things always work out for them, but because you have to believe. You're supposed to believe. So your word for this year is belief, which is so crazy because I do have a word for 2026, and my word for 2026 is believe. Oh my God. Like, the synchronicities for me personally are fucking insane here. It's like the message coming through from your spirit guides is about belief. What are you willing to believe that you get to have? If you started your social media page, are you willing to believe that you could be at 100,000 within a week? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you have to do that or you have to be willing to believe that, but it's like those desires of your heart, the things that you want to create. This 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. So it's like, what are the blessings coming in for you this year? It's you getting what you want. So the question is not what do other people think that you should have, whatever. It's what do you want? What do you desire? What is alive within your heart? And are you willing to believe that you get to have it? With the energy of the Empress, this is that feminine energy. Again, that Venusian energy. We got Venus that came out with the astro die, that feminine energy, that Venusian energy. It's the energy of receptivity. It's the energy of allowing yourself to be taken care of, allowing yourself to be poured into. With that Piscean energy, sometimes, usually, especially in that 12th house, we've got abandonment wounds. We have experiences where the world didn't show up for us. We have, experiences where we've been abandoned. And of course, that abandonment is going to impact our self-worth. Because what is self-worth? Hold on, that's the timer. We're almost done. What is self-worth? Self-worth is how I believe I deserve to be treated, what I believe that I get to have, what I believe that I should have. And so this is going to be a great year for you to look at those times and those parts of yourself where you're not believing and expecting the world to show up for you, where you're not believing and expecting that you can be seen and you can be taken care of. When you activate that faith and you activate that belief and you get really stern in that, like unwilling to shift in that, stubborn in your belief that shit is working out for you, stubborn in your belief that you are winning, stubborn in your belief that it is your destiny to win. It is your destiny to be elevated. It is your destiny to grow. It is your destiny to have abundance, more than enough. Jupiter and Venus together always give me money, especially with Piscean energy. Pisces always gives me money, always gives me wealth, always gives me opulence. So this is the energy signature of somebody who has a humongous capacity for wealth. It's in your 12th house. That is deeply connected to your belief. Yes, it's your subconscious. Yes, it's your quote unquote house of undoing, but it's a spiritual fucking house. It's the house of your spirituality. So when you tap into your belief, when you tap into that higher power, when you tap into yourself on a soul level, and when you have that strong conviction and belief in yourself, heaven and earth will fucking move. And that's what I see happening for you. With the energy of the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, before we close out this reading, the last thing I'll say is, it's like your job is to not fall into that like pitfall of like, it's not working or it's not showing up or I'm not seeing the results that I want. It's like your job is to hold the faith. Your job is to hold the faith. Your job, people talk so much shit about Pisces. Oh my God, so delusional, so disconnected from reality. Sometimes, especially to manifest, you need to be disconnected from reality. Be aware of the reality of what's alive within you. Be aware of your abandonment wounds. Be aware of the things within you that need to heal. Be aware of the things within you that need to be addressed. After that, fuck everything else. And be committed to believing that things are working out for you. The message from your spirit guides is like, refuse to take no for an answer and watch how amazing things can get. I see this being very, I just see you being really taken care of, really supported, really like lucky and really, really blessed this year. And it's going to be directly linked to your belief. Okay. The synchronicities are crazy, right? It's playing her song. I don't know if the song feels so good. I'll have to look it up. This reading, it was meant to be. Oh. I don't know what is going on, but I'm gonna hide that user because that was weird. Okay. Thank you so much. This reading was awesome. You're welcome, my love. So glad to do it. And thank you for waiting for me to record that podcast episode before I did your reading. That was so, so good. Okay, if anybody else wants a reading, the links and information are in my description box. Okay. What am I doing here? I'm going to do my podcast episode. I also need to do an email and a post for today. So I'll do podcast episode, email, and post for today. Maybe I'll work on that PDF and then we'll get off of here and I'll be done. with work for the day. I have to cut my, you know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cut my computer off because she's going so slow. And I think it's because I need a new computer. And also because when my computer goes too long without being shut off, it just gets slow. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know. But let's shut this off. And then I can just work from my iPad. Oh my goodness. Well, what should we talk about today? In today's email and post, what should we tell the people? What should we talk about? We're still talking about the receiver's mindset. I really need to work on that module. What I'm kind of thinking is that for the next module of the receiver's mindset, which I kind of have it set up because I've been calling it a new module. It's a 3-module course. Should I change that? I don't know, you guys. Because I really like how the modules are broken down. And the newest module is on, like, what does it mean to matter? But then I also want to do a module on deserving and value. So if I do another module, I kind of want to do another module and just put it between module 1 and module 2. And I feel like, is that confusing? But then I also feel like it's my course and I can do what I want. And it can't be, I don't want it to be a bonus training because it's not like an addition. Well, it is an additional training, but it's not a bonus. So I think I'm just going to kind of do whatever I want and add a second module. But the module is the new module 2. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But what I'm thinking about for module 2, for the newest module of the program, is instead of doing a slide, I think I'm just going to do a recording. Instead of doing a slide, I think I'm just going to do a recording, which I don't know that I've done that. I usually have slides with, you know, words, but I think I'm just going to sit down and talk. But I like to have my slides, so I don't know how I feel about it yet. We'll decide. We'll decide. We'll decide. But I know that it needs to get recorded soon, and I just don't feel like doing the slides. Maybe I can do a PDF of the most important parts. We can do a little presentation slide moment that they can download, but I will be just talking in the video. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Because I kind of don't want to put a presentation together. Oh, but I'm so excited about it. Okay, what do we want to talk about? What have I been doing lately? How have I been going deeper? Oh, this is so true. Nat. Can I still send questions and be added to the list? Yes. There is no list. And if you just sent me money, yes, I got it. But if you didn't just send me money, then there is a line. Oh no, I got your payment. And I see that it says for Grace. Yes. Sorry. I'm writing today's email and I'm really getting into it. So I wasn't checking the comments. But yes, yes, yes. Just let me know what your questions are, my love. And we can get into it. I love my job, you guys. I love being the creator of my reality. Y'all, my poster fell. My poster fell. I have to get new tape for her. She fell. She was right there. I love New Yorker posters. Like, I love the aesthetic. These are coming with me. I don't know. Well, I'm sure these exact posters, yes, but these are coming with me and I'll get more. Like, I've seen New Yorker, like posters to be prints available online, and they have some that are just like dogs. Just different New Yorker posters with, like, you know, dog illustrations. Like, gotta get some of those. Okay, my first question is, business success. What is something I need to know? Got it. Does Spirit have any general advice for me? Perfect. I can do both of those. Let's see. I'm conceited. I got a reason. Let's see. I got to put some music on. Well, healing frequencies. But it's so much easier for me to channel. I mean, yes, I can like receive messages without anything, but it just helps to have a little white noise or meditation or subliminal, you know, going on in the background. Okay. I don't know why I do this every single time. I'll turn on my music app and then I'll play a song that's not a meditation song, but it's a song that I like and it's a song that I want to dance to. And then I'll be like, okay, fine. I'm going to listen to this for 3 minutes and then I'm going to put on the meditation music and then I'm going to do my job. And then I listen to that song for 3 minutes and then the song after that song is a really good song. And I'm like, damn, this is a really good song. And so then I have a dance break. And then I do my job. I always do my job, but sometimes you have to stop and have a dance break, and that's not a crime. I think I just shared, I like reposted a TikTok of that probably a couple of weeks ago, but it was like me. Every single time I say, I'm just going to listen to a little music to help me concentrate, and she like puts the music on, and she's like at her desk, and then she like gets up, and she takes a dance break. You have to take a dance break. I believe in a dance break, y'all. I believe in a dance break. There's power in the dance break. Okay. We got the music, the meditation music going. My iPad is charging my keyboard, so that percentage keeps going down. We're going to move these things around. Okay. We're going to get our timer going. No, I'm done with this deck. Y'all, I usually have a basket for my decks to the side of me here. But that basket is over there. Hold on, y'all. I got to get my basket because things are getting messy over here. And when there's too much clutter and there's too much mess, it's like harder to hear the spirits. You know what I mean? Like energetically, things need to be just a little bit tidier. I say as I look over at the pile of clothes on my bed, things just need to be a little bit tidier. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to grab my basket so I can put this stuff over. You can't hear me, but I'm there. I just cut off my camera. Okay. I have to clean the heck up. I gotta get my life together, y'all. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm back. Okay. We're going to use the Sacred Rebels Oracle. We're going to use these two. And we're going to put everything else over here. So I have a clear energy. Ah! My tuning forks just fell out. Well, one of them did. Just gotta get these back to where they belong in their little pouches. It's just two things, but she just fell out. I love my tuning forks, y'all. They're too good. I'm so excited to go to sleep again tonight and have my subliminals. Like, oh, I love having free will. Okay. I'm finding it. Okay. Hi, Melanin Walls. How are you? Your comment earlier today, I literally, when I responded, I was talking in the voice of Nene Leakes. You know that video where she's like, cheers, bitch. And then she's with a guy and the guy says something like, cheers, bitch. And then Nene Leakes is like, watch those B words. That's how I felt when I was responding to your comment earlier. I was like, and I felt that you were probably referencing, because in a podcast episode a couple weeks ago, I said the phrase, ho, is you cool? In that context, that phrasing, it's very disrespectful. I was intentionally being disrespectful. It's not the same as when I get really excited and I say like, bitch, oh my God, you know? I've never been excited and said, ho, you're never gonna believe. So when I read that, I was like, ho. Oh my God. Oh my God. Too funny. Okay. All right. I'm just getting my life together, Grace, but it's fine because it's gonna work out perfectly for everybody. Okay. We're here. We're here. We're pulling from this deck first. We're gonna put this to the side like that. We're gonna set our timer for 10 minutes and we're gonna get into it. All right, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. I'm fabulous. You're doing fabulous? Good. Wait, or are you quoting Nene Leakes? I don't know what you said I'm fabulous to. I was so tickled by your response. Okay, good. Okay. All right, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors of grace. Can you tell me what things I need to do to continue my business success? Or what is something you need to know? What things does Grace need to do to continue her business success going beyond normal? They said, pause, talk about this. Okay, so first things first, we have going beyond normal. And they're showing me an example. Okay, your mindset is optional. There's this training that Amanda Francis has done, and I keep bringing her up because I'm in several of her courses and I've been going through them a lot lately, so she's at the top of my brain. But anyway, in one of her courses, she's talking about business and she's talking about money and she's talking about the options that she has and how she very intentionally chooses to expect the money to increase. And she's like, it's possible for her to say business is going really good right now, but I don't know. It might not continue. Things are going really good right now, but who knows? It might not keep happening. Who knows if it will happen next month, right? And that energy, it would create doubt. And that energy would create a downward spiral of, I don't know, maybe it's not going to happen. There's an expectation of up and down. But just like we can practice thoughts of, I don't know, and we can have that expectation of up and down, we can also practice thoughts of, I'm sure. We can also practice thoughts of, I trust. We can also practice thoughts of, I expect. And it's that energy of, when I am expecting money and when I'm trusting money and when I'm trusting sales, business is great right now and business is only getting better. Business is great right now and business is only getting better. Sales are fabulous right now and sales are only getting better. Not just out loud. Listen, yes, I love an affirmation and I do love EFT tapping, but for me, nothing shifts my energy quite like scripting. I love a journal prompt. Even though I've been getting into meditation lately, what's the point that I'm making? Find something, maybe scripting, maybe EFT tapping, maybe meditation, visualization, whatever. Find something that can help you tap into the energy of sales are consistent. Sales are consistent. It's that expectation. What do I need to do to continue my business success? First order of business, continue to expect that business success. Inside of your energy right now, there's a little bit of fear, and that's why we have this going beyond normal. You're starting to hit up against what they would describe as like your upper limit, which is this idea and concept that we all have a maximum amount of happiness or goodness or money or sales that we will allow ourselves to receive before we sabotage and go back down to feeling bad, and then we work our way back up to the upper limit, and then we do that again. But the opportunity is to push past your upper limit. The opportunity is to expand your capacity for happiness, expand your capacity to hold joy, expand your capacity for wealth, expand your capacity for money, expand your willingness to receive and your beliefs about your worth. What is your self-worth? How you believe that you deserve to be treated. So going beyond normal. It feels like there is an expectation that success cannot continue. Things have to go up and down because of the economy, because of the government, because of whoever's in office, because of the terrorists, because of this, because of that, because of layoffs, because of unemployment rates, right? There's a lot of things going on in the physical reality that might be telling you you should expect sales to go down, or you should expect blah, 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 or even people around you. It feels like familial expectation or like familial experiences. So you might be having an experience where you're making more money than anybody in your family has ever made before. Or if you continue going on in your success like this, you're going to go farther than anyone in your family. It feels like there's something there connected to familial expectations. I don't know exactly what it is, but what I do know is that the message that's coming through first and foremost is you absolutely get to tap into the energy of sales are going great right now, and I expect the sales to continue to go great. I expect the sales to continue to grow great. I expect people to want what I have to offer. And you can answer that for yourself. Why? Why would you expect sales to continue? Why should you expect sales to continue? For me, in my business, I expect sales to continue because we are human beings living on the leading edge of creation. To me, that means there's always going to be someone in the world who wants to grow and expand. There's always going to be somebody in the world who wants more. There's always going to be somebody who wants to take leadership of their life, especially when shitty things are happening in the world. There is somebody out there who's fed up with the way that things are. There is somebody out there who is hitting up against an edge and wanting to go higher and wanting to go harder and wanting to expect more for themselves. And my courses and my programs can help them do that. No matter what's going on in the world, I bet there's somebody who wants to expand. No matter what's going on in the world, I bet there's somebody who wants to become the leader of their mind. And so I choose to expect sales. I choose to expect income. I choose to expect money. Sometimes your expectation is based on what has happened previously. I expect sales to come in because I got these sales. I expect people to buy because when I do this sale, people purchase. But now it's about building out an expectation that's rooted in something different. What do you believe about your ideal customers? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about your energy? I expect sales to continue because I expect customers to come back to me. I expect sales to continue because I expect clients to love the energy and the atmosphere of my shop. I don't know what you do. I don't know if it's in person, online, whatever, but it's like tapping into that energy. Why do you expect sales to continue? I expect sales to continue because my work is a part of my clients' day-to-day lives, or my work is so amazing, people get amazing results. Of course, they're sharing my work with other people. Of course, sales are going to continue. There's so many people getting such an amazing result. They're going to talk about that from word of mouth. New customers and clients are always going to be hearing of me. What are the things that you're doing practically already in your business in order to grow and expand, in order to generate more leads, in order to get awareness of your offer, your service, your product out there into the world? I'm doing this, I'm posting, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. These are the reasons why I expect people to buy. I expect people to find me. I expect people to want what I have to offer, okay? So I feel like we're having a conversation about your expectations, and it's just about that conviction, and it's just about that discipline. And the message coming through so strongly is that it does not have to be like, your expectation does not have to be dependent on them. The flow of money in my life is not dependent on the economy. I run a business that is online and it's international. Even when things are going shittily in the American economy, there's somebody in a different country that's probably doing okay still, and they can buy something from me, right? My money and my income is not dependent on what's going on in the economy. My money and my income is not dependent on blah, 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 blah. My money and my income is dependent on me. My money and my income is dependent on my vibration. It's dependent on my expectation. It's dependent on my willingness to receive. It's dependent on my belief and my expectation and what I expect and what I tap into. I know this from personal experience. When I'm doing my energy work and I'm seeing money come in and I'm seeing sales come in and I'm tapping into at least once a day that flow of money, that flow of success, that I'm doing it, that flow of I'm reaching my goals for the month, it happens and it shows up. What is your relationship with your monthly goals? What is your relationship with your monthly sales? Instead of asking yourself, is this success going to continue? Or thinking, I'm afraid that the success isn't going to continue, I would have a monthly goal or a weekly goal or just an income goal in general. It doesn't have to be based on a specific amount of time, but I would have an income goal and I would be tapping into the energy of that having happened every single time. So let's say that you're at a place where your business is making six figures. You want to start making multiple six figures every single day, at least once a day. I would be tapping into the energy of 2026 was a multi six-figure year for me. 2026 was the year that I made $300,000. I would be tapping into that energy every single day, because from that place of 2026 was the year that my business made 300,000. 2026 was the year that my business made multiple six figures. 2026 was my seven-figure year. When you tap into that energy, now you're a vibrational match to ideas. Now you're a vibrational match to, ooh, what if I did this to generate leads? What if we ran an ad like this? What if I went to a different program like this? What if I went to an event like that? I could network. What if I collaborated with a business like that? What if we sent our product over to XYZ different person and that could introduce us to a new audience? What if I started looking at my clients in a different way? I'm telling you, it sounds so simple, but it's so fucking good. It's changing my life right now. I'm sitting here, not right now, but over the past couple of days, having all of these mindset shifts and breakthroughs about my ideal clients and about my students. And it's just because I have been going so strict with myself about at least once a day, tapping into the energy of that business success, tapping into that energy of my income goal. Okay. There's the timer. We're almost done. We're going to pull one more card. Okay, there's three cards that came out. We have conscious connections, spirals of manifestation, and follow your own rhythm. Number one, trust yourself. Period, point blank, be willing to be different. Are you willing to trust the ideas that are coming to you, that are different, that are weird, that other people in your industry aren't doing? It feels like as you want to go higher in your business, you might want to focus on going higher, because you're talking about keeping your business like success. That sounds like you want to keep things how they are. I feel the energy of you scaling. I feel the energy of you focusing on things getting better. As you're focusing on things getting better in your business, you're going to become more and more niche. And I'm not talking about your customers or your clients or the way that you're serving. I'm talking about the systems that you are going to be inspired to create on the back end. I feel that there are just different ideas that God is giving to you, that like your ancestors and like spirit guides are giving to you, but it's not typical business advice. And so the message is to follow your own rhythm as you continue tapping into the energy of that financial increase, of things getting better. What if things weren't just continuing? They were getting better every single month. It's getting better. There's a little bit of that fear within you of, if it gets better, then I'm going to fail, or it's going to be even worse. Like if I'm disappointed. So you want to deal with that. You want to deal with that limiting belief that says, I'm going to be disappointed, or I'm going to fail, or I might lose it all. You've got to normalize where you are. This is something that you expect. This is the way that life is for you. You're not just a woman who is getting lucky every single month, making the money that she's making. This is how life is for you. This is who you are as a person. This is your identity, and it's only getting better. So you're following your own rhythm. You're trusting yourself with the energy of conscious connections. This is talking about working with people, collaborating with people. If you need more employees, or if you need to work with people, they will come into your life. And I'm also getting this energy of like, you don't have to work with everyone. You might want to look at some of the beliefs that you have around what you have to do in order to succeed, because you're going to start taking that load off of yourself. You don't have to work with certain people. If you have like products or something like that, or like product developers or different warehouses that you're working with, and you're not liking the quality or different things like that, it's like things can be switched. Things can be rearranged. A great affirmation for you in those moments of frustration is, I'm willing to see things differently. That affirmation changes my life because it's opening up to a higher power. Help me. I'm willing to see things differently. And I always get epiphanies when I use that. So I see you collaborating with great people or great businesses and different things like that. Just forming good, like supportive, meaningful relationships. I see you attracting that in. And then spirals of manifestation. This is the card of like, your desires are coming in and you just can't see it. So it kind of is giving me the energy of faith. It feels like whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest or call in, it's significantly closer than you think that it is. It doesn't matter if it looks far away. It doesn't matter if it looks impossible. The money, the sales, the consistency, the whatever, it is much closer than you think it is. And I even want to say it's like, it's available. There's a part of you in your mind that's like, this isn't available. This can't keep happening. And again, it's that upper limit, but it's not true. It's not true that it can't keep happening. It's not true that you can't keep growing. It's not true that you can't keep receiving. Yes, you can. It is happening. Your job is to tap into the energy of it happening and to deal with those inner children that are being triggered right now. That fear of, how can I make sure that this happens? That fear of, it's all going to go away. Those are inner children being triggered. They need to be dealt with. You might want to check out the Receiver's Mindset course for how to deal with that. Okay. Let me see. Yes, you are nailing it. I love that affirmation. I'm willing to see things differently. Perfect. Fabulous. I was saying, I feel fabulous. Okay, beautiful. I'm happy you feel fabulous. Looking forward to the day I work with Amanda Francis. Yeah, she's great. Yes, you are nailing it. Okay, perfect. Glad that resonated. I will definitely be checking out that course. Good. It's really, really good. It literally, yes, I created the course, but it's currently changing my life. I was just going through module 1, having realizations and going deeper with myself, with my own inner child healing work. And like, whoa, my fears about the world not showing up for me. I literally have been having the same fears about, what if the money doesn't show up? What if the sales don't show up? What if it doesn't happen for me? It all stems back to childhood. And as I have been going back over that and healing myself and helping myself to feel safe and secure and taken care of, and then telling the new story I get to be taken care of, literally sales, 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 sales. It's insane. This reading might as well be for me too. I'm really on the frequency today. On the frequency of what? But I'm glad the reading resonated with you too, Melanin Wiles. Okay, second question. Does Spirit have any general advice for me? Let's see. I kind of feel like we're done with the Sacred Rebels Oracle. So we're going to set another 10-minute timer. And I feel that we'll use these not astrology. We'll use these tarot cards. And we'll set our timer for 10 minutes. All right, Spirit. Any messages, general advice for Grace? 9 of Swords. So this is talking about anxiety, stress, and worry. When you're feeling anxiety, stress, and worry, you're not feeling safe. Focus on your root chakra, that feeling of safety and security. I love EFT tapping for this, because as you're doing EFT tapping and you're tapping on the different meridian points, you're literally supporting your body and slowing down that release of cortisol, that stress hormone. You're supporting your body and calming down. So I love EFT tapping. I would highly suggest you practice some EFT tapping. Even if you're not following a script or following something online, I can literally practice EFT tapping by just tapping along the points and identifying how I feel. And then on top of that, choosing to love myself deeply and completely. So that might look like, I am so anxious right now. I feel so scared. And even though I feel anxious and even though I feel scared, I love myself deeply and I love myself completely. I am feeling so anxious. And I'm also feeling so scared. And even though I'm feeling anxious, and even though I'm feeling scared, I love myself deeply and I love myself completely. I'm scared the money is going to run out. And even though I'm scared the money is going to run out, I love myself deeply and I love myself completely. I'm scared that I can't hold this vibration of goodness and love in my life. And even though I'm scared that I can't hold this vibration of goodness and love in my life, I love myself deeply and I love myself completely. I'm feeling anxious that things aren't going to work out for me. I'm feeling stressed out because I am not expecting things to go my way. And even though I'm scared, and even though I'm anxious, I love myself deeply and I love myself completely. I would just do that. Take some time for yourself and just do that. And that will help me feel more calm. So that works. Also, meditation works. And you can do meditation where you're literally just focusing on inhaling slowly and deeply in through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. Slow, deep breaths. And when you're taking those slow, deep breaths, you're communicating to your body that you are safe and you are secure. You're using your breath to calm and soothe your body. Because when your nervous system gets activated and you start feeling anxious, you might not notice it, but you start to breathe more quicker, or you start to take shallow breaths. And so when you start breathing intentionally slowly and even start allowing your muscles to relax, you begin to communicate to your body, I am safe and I am secure. So that's a really good one. A quick, deep breath. Do 5 minutes of deep breaths, 10 minutes of deep breaths. Do 2 minutes of EFT tapping, 5 to 10 minutes of EFT tapping. That's going to really help you to start feeling safe and secure. Prioritize supporting yourself emotionally right now. Prioritize regulating yourself. When your nervous system is activated and you're feeling stressed and you're feeling worried, you got to treat yourself like the poorest baby on planet Earth. I baby the hell out of myself. When I'm feeling scared and I'm feeling anxious and I'm feeling worried, oh no, what's going on? Everything has to stop, and I have to take care of me right here and right now. What do you need from me? How can I help you? How can I support you? And it usually looks something like that. EFT tapping, deep breathing. Those are the two that I feel to bring up now. Okay, let's pull some more cards. Spirit, what messages do you have for Grace? We have the 5 of Wands. Spirit. We have the 10 of Wands. Oof, yeah. There's a lot of that energy of overwhelm. There's a lot of that energy of internal conflict. So another thing that you want to practice is your self-awareness. I don't know if you're already inside of the free resource library. I probably recommended it to you once before. I recommend it to you again. Inside of the free resource library, there's a journal. It's called 6 Steps from Stuck to Self-Aware. And when you answer those journal prompts, it helps you to identify what are the limiting beliefs that you're operating out of right now. It kind of feels like you're having an experience where you feel overwhelmed emotionally, you feel afraid, you feel stressed, you feel worried, you feel this, you feel that. And then you're kind of like, sweep it under the rug. Let's move on. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep going. Let's just make it happen. I don't have time to talk about this, or I don't want to focus on this. But it's like that anxiety and that stress is only going to get bigger. So you've got to focus on, well, this is the advice. It would be supportive if you began to focus on how you feel, identifying how you feel, and understanding those limiting beliefs, because it's not just a feeling of dread. Even though you can feel that feeling of dread, even though you can feel that feeling of overwhelm, you're actually telling a story underneath that feeling of dread, underneath that feeling of overwhelm. And so I might have an experience where I feel afraid, but when I actually sit and I focus on becoming aware of those feelings, I can understand that underneath that fear is me telling the story, I'm not good enough, I'm going to fail, I'm not going to be safe and secure, I'm a failure, and I'm not going to be able to take care of myself, and I'm going to become homeless, and I'm never going to succeed in my life, I can't live my dream, right? And so I'm feeling that fear, but there's a whole bunch of stories going on underneath it. And so Spirit is saying right now, it would be so helpful for you to begin practicing and becoming aware of the stories underneath your fear, the stories underneath your stress, underneath your overwhelm, because that's what needs to be addressed and looked at. It feels like you've had this experience for a while of feeling overwhelmed or feeling stressed, and kind of sweeping things up under the rug, or just powering through, or just ignoring it. But the truth is, when you actually look at those thoughts, and when you can start dealing with those inner children that are being triggered, those parts of you that learn that if she's not 100% perfect, she's going to fail, and then she's going to get in trouble with her parents or something like that, right? Once you start looking at and addressing those inner children, once you start working with those inner children, the feeling of fear and the feeling of dread goes away. So definitely the advice from Spirit right now is to focus on your self-awareness, Ace of Pentacles, because there's more available to you. It's like there's magic in that. So you're having these moments where you're getting triggered, and then it's like you're trying to take action in the physical reality to make yourself feel safer. I'm just going to make more money. I'm just going to get more sales, and then I'll feel safer and safer and safer. But it's not about the money at all. And it's not about the sales. It's about the little babies inside of you, the little parts within you that don't feel safe, that don't feel taken care of. I really highly recommend the Receiver's Mindset course, because that's where we go deep into that work and how I do it and what my process is. But whatever, do what works for you. As you start healing those parts of yourself, you're going to start feeling better. And as you start feeling better, it's going to be easier for you to hold this vibration of success that you've created at this time. Because what's essentially happening for you energetically is you've created all of this success, but there are past parts of you that are not in alignment with the success you're creating. And that's why it feels like internal conflict. because you're having an experience, you're living the experience of a woman who knows that she's worthy of being taken care of, but there's a part of you who doesn't feel worthy of being taken care of. You're having an experience in business of the woman who is shown up for by the world. There's a part of you who doesn't feel like she's going to be shown up for by the world, right? And your inner children might be saying, different things. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but that's kind of the gist. So your goal is self-awareness, just going deeper within yourself. And as you take care of yourself on a deeper and deeper level, you're going to feel more safe and secure. And it's going to feel even easier for you to say, I expect sales to continue to come in. I expect money to continue to come in, and things can increase. It's okay for things to increase. Right now, it feels like with your nervous system, you don't feel safe for that increase because it's like, whoa, things are happening here at this level and I'm super triggered and I'm feeling overwhelmed and I'm feeling afraid. The idea of more might feel a lot more triggering. So as you go deeper within yourself and really nurture those inner children, really spending that time, it's like prioritizing your self-care, prioritizing hugging yourself, prioritizing loving on yourself. Okay, there's a timer. We're almost done. Prioritizing loving yourself and pouring that love into yourself. It's going to help you to feel safe and secure from that place where your root chakra feels more stabilized. Then it's going to be easier for you to feel confident in your ability to maintain this and then to rise up even more. Okay? Never done that before. Let me give it a try. Hi, Tina the Traveler. How are you, my love? Okay. Okay, perfect. So that's what I got for you, Grace. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much, Nat. You don't know how badly I needed to hear these messages. You're so welcome, my love. I love to serve you, and I'm so glad that you are here. Okay. Hi, Tina the Traveler. How are you doing? Hey, beautiful. I would love a future love reading, please. What gets me into alignment with the best options for romantic love? Okay, perfect. And yes, okay, I got your payment. I also got a payment from Melanin Wiles. So let me know what your question is if you want me to do yours right now, because you sent in your question before Tina the Traveler. So I want to make sure we go in line. Okay. And now we're cutting our computer back on. Mine is a general reading, no question. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to get the cards that I just put away for Melanin Wiles general reading. Okay. You find yourself trying to do my dance, maybe because you love me. You do it well. Oh, I love this song. Then we locked eyes, and I knew I wasn't there, and I was gone. Okay. I know that I'm carrying on. Never mind if I'm showing off. I was just fronting. You know I want you, babe. Unless you don't care at all, 'cause you know I want you. I'm just looking for healing frequencies on YouTube because I'm tired of listening to the playlist that I have. And I just had to put on a little bit of Pharrell and Jay-Z in the middle part. Okay. So we've got some sound bowls going in my ears now. We're going to tap into Melanin Wiles, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors. All right, 10 minutes on the timer. General reading for Melanin Wiles. We have playtime, we have worthiness, and we have let yourself receive. So we're continuing to have this conversation. We have indigo and crystal children at the bottom of the deck as well. Okay. We're continuing to have this conversation. I believe the last time that we did a reading for you, this also came up, this conversation about expanding your capacity for enjoyment, expanding your capacity for pleasure. And now we're having a conversation about worthiness and how worthiness is tied and connected to that, right? So with the energy of worthiness, what is self-worth? Self-worth is how I believe I deserve to be treated. Now, I can have healthy self-worth and believe that I deserve great things, or I can have low self-worth and believe that I deserve bad things. Worthiness is when it is good and okay for me to receive something. When I have a sense of worthiness around my desire, I believe that it is good and okay for me to receive that desire. So when you have unworthiness around, this says playtime, which to me is pleasure. When you have this sense of unworthiness around pleasure, that means it is bad and not okay for me to receive pleasure. This is the work that we do inside of the receiver's mindset, by the way. So as you're expanding into next level receiving of pleasure, pleasure is not just sex, even though sure, it's also, it feels like love. It feels like romantic love. It feels like being loved and like in a warm environment where people see you and where they cherish you, but this feels like a man. I don't know if you have a man in your life. I don't know if you have a man in your mind. I'm not getting the energy of a specific person. But it feels like this soulmate love, and it feels like this soulmate desire, and it feels like he's this man who makes you feel like loved and adored and like, And they're showing me a woman who I follow, and I want to say that she looks like you, but it's not in like a disrespectful way. Obviously, she's a beautiful woman, but she is a beautiful Black woman. She also has dark skin. And the last time that I saw you, I believe, do you have twists in your hair? I think that you did have twists in your hair, right? Or you had braids. But this woman, I believe that she like has dreads as well. I just mean that you guys have certain features in common with one another. She's a Black woman. She does like content online, and she is obviously, she has a lot of freaking money. I don't know. She lives in like a lake somewhere, and I want to say like Lake Michigan or something like that. Like she lives on like a lake somewhere, and she's got like 11 kids, and that's what they're showing me. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you have the desire to have a lot of children or something like that, but I can see that woman in my mind's eye, and I can see her with a man who is like hugging her and like rubbing on her and like loving her and like smothering her with kisses, basically. And it feels like in your childhood environment, things were cold. It feels like in your childhood environment, things were, you weren't getting that receptive energy. I'm not saying you'll have 11 kids. I'm saying the energy of that wealth and that pleasure and that energy of being loved and supported. She has 11 kids and she's not struggling, you know? She has 11 kids and they are having carts and carts of food. You know what I mean? She has 11 kids, and inside of their house, they have a freaking snack bar where you can just go and grab drinks, and she cuts up fruit and different things like that. She has a salad bar in her house where you can just go and make a salad for yourself at any time. It's that kind of energy. It's that energy of being supported by money, so much so that you can have a large family and there's enough for everyone. There's enough for everyone to eat until they're full. That's pleasure. That's enjoyment. You were raised in an environment more of safety, and it could be safety around finances where we have just enough to survive, but it also definitely feels like it was more survival focused in terms of the emotional as well, where there wasn't a focus on lots of kisses and hugs and nurture and care and connection and love. And so your worthiness, they're saying this is impacting you in your romantic life as well as your money life. So when you're doing your inner child work, you want to connect with and you want to start going deeper with those parts of you that feel unworthy of love. When you have that experience of things being cold, you learn that that's how you deserve to be treated. And so you're having an experience where you're telling the story, I deserve to be treated coldly. I deserve distance. I deserve to be pushed away. I deserve to be left out. But your dream relationship, that version of you who's in that dream relationship, she's not feeling that way. She knows that she deserves to be loved. She knows that she deserves to be held. She knows that she deserves to be accepted just as she is. This is also talking about your relationship with your body. Your relationship with your body is not just about how you feel when you look in the mirror today. It's about things that started way back when you were a kid. Whether it was things that were said to you or conclusions that you came to, that's where you want to start focusing your inner child work on next, okay? And if you don't know how, we have the receiver's mindset. You know this. So that's the energy. That's the vibe. Focusing on that part of you that still feels unworthy, that feels unlovable. And for me, we've talked about this before, I feel. For me, my radicalness is what has been helping me with my relationship with my body. Number one, I did start going to the gym. I do have my desired body type. I have visualized myself as that desired body type for the entire year now that I've been going to the gym consistently. Yes, I do have that desire, and you get to have your desired body type, and you also get to manifest your desired body type. But when it comes down to your relationship with your body, your desired body type does not need to be rooted in the story that this specific body shape or weight is unworthy and not good enough, and you deserve to be rejected, and you deserve to be like ridiculed or made fun of or pushed away. That's what we want to heal. We want to heal the story that you're telling that says, I deserve to be pushed away. I deserve to be ridiculed. I deserve to be made fun of. I deserve to be hurt because of these features, because that was never true. That was always a lie. And it was a lie that was rooted in what? White supremacist delusion. You are under spells, people. It was a lie that was rooted in white supremacist delusion. Even if it was parents or family members or whatever who were saying these things to you, those thoughts did not come from their hearts and their souls. Those thoughts came as a consequence of enslavement. Those thoughts came as a consequence of white supremacist delusion that permeates through so much, right? And so your inner child work now is you going to those parts of yourself and letting them know, catching them up to speed. Hey, that's actually not true. That you're not good enough. It's actually not true that anybody deserves to be pushed away because of their body, you know? I grew up in a family with both lots of resources and lots of scarcity mindset where I had to beg for emotional and material needs and desires to be met. Got it, right? So that experience around deserving is connected to, I have to put in a lot of effort. I have to beg. And now you're just going deeper in that, healing on an even deeper level, and instead recognizing I am worthy just as I am. I don't have to try. I don't have to put in effort. I don't have to be something else. I don't have to work in order to be deserving of taking care of. I'm worthy just as I am. I'm worthy just because. And hearing that might shift something in you. Great. If you want to go even deeper into that, check out the Receiver's Mindset course because it's a whole thing. You know what I mean? Okay. There's the timer. I feel that we're good. I feel that we're satisfied, but that's what it is. Your next step is to go even deeper with your inner child, to go even deeper around that self-worth work, to let yourself know that it's safe to have pleasure in life. It's safe to expect pleasure in life. And it's like allowing that pleasure to come in easily. That's your message, is you can have better feelings and things can come in more easily for you. The world can be on your side. The world will show up for you. That's what you want to work on next. Okay? And of course, these are all things that we literally talk about in the receiver's mindset. I'm going to keep saying it. I highly suggest you check it out. Okay? Okay. So that's what I got for you, my love. I feel like that was good. I feel like that was very straight to the point. Thank you, Spirit. That was really good. Thank you. This was lovely. You're welcome, my love. Okay. So next up, we've got Tina. And thank you for the tip, Tina. I love it when you guys do that. Okay. All right. We got our timer. Future love reading. What gets me into alignment with the best option or options for romantic love? Okay, we're going to do astrology die. I'm conceited. I got a reason. I love that song, y'all. I'm conceited. I got a reason. Like, yeah. You know what, Remy Ma? Go off. Okay, we're going. Oh. Okay. I'm just getting my computer started up and running so I can publish today's podcast episode when we get off of here. Okay, we got our astrology die and our 10-minute timer. All right, tapping into Tina's energy. Right? I love that song. Okay. Okay. Just let me get comfortable. All right. Spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Future love, next in love for Tina. What gets me into alignment with the best options for romantic love? Okay. We have Venus in Gemini in the 5th house. I love this game. This energy, we're going to pull cards, but first things first, this energy is about play. This energy feels very playful. Gemini is talkative. Gemini is outside. Gemini wants to connect. Gemini wants to get to know you. 5th house is play. 5th house is fun. How often do you go out? You don't have to answer this in the live chat, but it would be really interesting to know, how often do you go out? Because this feels like an energy of being social, but 5th house energy being social. So I'm not necessarily getting, like, maybe if the 5th house was in Capricorn, going to a work Christmas party, you're going to find a good man there. You know what I mean? But with this energy, Venus and Gemini in the 5th house, it feels like, do you really want to go golf karting? You should go golf karting. When is the last time you've gone to mini golf? I really need to go to mini golf soon. If I was you, I would go do mini golf. I would go to the club. Or if something would be more fun for you, like going to an art museum or going to a gala, it's like, I see you out in events, socializing with people. Because we have Gemini here, you didn't say the best romantic option, you said options, even though it was like, you know, parentheses S. With Gemini, I could see it being options. I could see you dating multiple people and finding the best one for you. And specifically when it comes to dating the multiple people, I feel like They're showing me kind of like a build-a-boo situation where I can see you dating multiple people or meeting multiple people and just kind of being like, I really like this about this guy. I don't like that about this guy, but I really like this about this guy, but I don't like that about this guy. And just kind of like taking all of these different pieces until you get super clear on what it is that you want. And you're like, okay, this is the perfect man for me. This is what I'm looking for. I see you going through that progression. And it's almost this energy of curiosity, that Gemini energy, very curious. Like, what if I dated a guy who was really into art? What if I dated a guy who was really like this? What would it be like to date a guy who was a photographer? What would it be like to date a guy who was an artist? What would it be like to date a guy who was an author? What would it be like to date a guy who was a professor? Like, literally, it's like you're asking yourself these questions. You're attracting these different guys from different backgrounds who have different interests and different personalities. They're singing that song by Beyonce. It's called Signs. And she's just listing all the astrological signs: Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, Cancer. She's like, which sign is best for me, right? It's that kind of energy of who is going to be the guy who's best for me. So it feels like curiosity, and it feels like play, and it feels like fun, and it feels like you are the most attractive when you're being yourself and when you're being open. And the reason why I said it would be really interesting to know if you go out is because I'm like, it would be crazy if I was telling you this and you were somebody who was more introverted. And so again, there's that emphasis on like doing what feels good for you, doing what feels right for you, doing what feels fun for you. And what I'm also going to say is this: how I talked about a couple readings ago, maybe you weren't here for it. I talked about that Sagittarian energy being dating other people from other cultures. I have a Capricorn moon in the 3rd house. Romantically, I only date Black men. Not across the diaspora, I only date Black American men. Because that Gemini energy, the opposite of Sagittarius, is our local environment, like literally where we're from. I love, it's my moon sign, I'm emotionally invested in my culture. For a man to meet my emotional needs, he needs to understand and be able to relate deeply and personally to my culture. So with that Venus and Gemini energy, it's kind of like throwing it out there. There might be something there around your culture. I know that your username says Tina the Traveler. It might be somebody who's from the same culture as you that you also travel with and explore different cultures with. It doesn't have to be the same culture like your race or your ethnicity. It could be the same culture like you guys grew up in the same environment. I'm not saying it has to be any of these things, but I do feel called to mention it. And then again, they just keep emphasizing focusing on your authentic self and focusing on things that you authentically find to be fun. And I feel like that Gemini energy, there's a requirement there that there be a meeting of the minds. The person that you're going to end up with, or these people that you're going to be dating, there's a requirement that you guys have a meeting of the minds. I don't know what that means. Well, of course I know what that means, like in general, but I think you have specific interests. I think you have specific desires. I think you have whatever you like to do for fun, whatever you like to talk about, or whatever you're interested in. This person also has to have that. And you guys are going to be able to talk about that. And I can see you guys going to events together. I see you being social. I really, really hope that you're not, when I scroll to the bottom of the comments, I hope that it's not like, I'm an introvert and I hate people. Because I really see you being very social. I see you being very social and putting yourself out there. You being social, you exchanging your ideas with people is what's going to lead you to these romantic options. Also, I don't know if you're into astrology, but there's an astrologer on YouTube and his name is like James the Astrologer. And he's like, his name is James the Astrologer, and he does videos all the time about like your astrology and what it means about your soulmate, your Jupiter placement. And he has one video which is like your Venus placement and how to attract romantic, like the partner of your dreams. I have Venus and Aries in the 6th house, and for Venus in the 6th house, his thing was like, you have to take care of yourself and you have to go to the gym, because when you're taking really good care of yourself and you're on your habit and routine, your future partner is going to like that. Your future husband is going to be somebody who's really into that. And so anyway, so you just might want to check that out. But okay, we're pulling more cards now. So we have the 5 of Swords, we have the Page of Cups, we have the King of Pentacles, and we have the King of Swords. This is very interesting, very similar to the conversation that we had with Melanin Wiles in the previous reading. There's a little bit of that story of abandonment that would be super helpful and supportive of you to work on. With the energy of the 5 of Swords, this feels like a disconnect. You maybe experienced what they might describe as like a break in the bond with your father figure growing up, or with men in some sort of way where there was a disconnect. Oh my God, I haven't talked about a break in the bond in years probably, so I'm going to give it to you from what I remember and understand in the deepest way. Like, when we're kids and we have relationships with our parents, when we have a healthy attachment with our parents, sure, they might leave for a little bit, but they come back. When we experience a break in the bond with our parents, it's like our parents are leaving, and we kind of process that in our little human baby brains as our parents dying, our parents being gone. Our parents are gone and they're never coming back. There's a break in that bond. And so it feels like that 5 of Swords energy is just giving me this break in the bond vibe, especially with this Page of Cups. It feels emotionally like there is a fear of like, I have a guy right now, but is he going to stick around? With the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords, this is giving me that storyline of like, I have a guy, but when I require something of him emotionally, he's going to be gone. So you might be someone who can attract a guy with a good job. You might be someone who can attract a guy who's very smart, right? You might be someone who has attracted the men who are handsome, but when it comes to your emotional needs, when you need somebody to show up for you and to make you feel safe and to make you feel loved and to make you feel seen and to really show up for you, it's like when things get hard for them and when things get difficult for them, they cut, they run, they go away, they ghost, they don't show up. And so that's the storyline. Those are the inner children that need to be tended to at this time. If that was something that happened with your father, you can have a break in the bond, even if your father is, present, because it's an emotional thing. It's not always about a physical thing. It's about, there's a break in that emotional connection and that attachment between us. And so it feels like you've got some inner children who, there's a timer, but we're almost done. We're almost done. It feels like you've got some inner children who are kind of expecting, like, a guy might be there, but will he be there emotionally? Will he show up for us emotionally? When things are required emotionally, will he leave? And it's not just always about your emotional needs. Sometimes it's the guy's emotional needs. When it comes to parenting kids, we as parents, I don't know why I'm saying we as parents, I don't have children. Oh my God. But we as parents, we as adults, we get triggered when we're dealing with kids. And so sometimes our children might require something of us that can trigger our own inner child. I was going through the receiver's mindset, and in it, I gave a really great example in module 1 of one of my younger second cousins. And I was babysitting her. She had came and stayed over our house for like a week. And her love language is very obviously physical touch. She always wants to connect. She always wants a hug. In the story, I'm telling the story of how she was sleeping over. And so, of course, she wanted to sleep in my bed. And we're in this queen size bed, which is an abundance of space for both of us. But even in the middle of the night, if she was next to me and she was like not laying right next to me, she would move her foot over so that her foot was touching me. Like, she's really big on physical connection as an expression of love. And at the time, it was challenging for me because I didn't grow up in that experience, right? I grew up literally, my mother had a rule that I could only have one hug and one kiss every single day. So I did not grow up getting physical affection and hugs and all of that. In that moment, what she required, this child who's under my care, who I love, what she required from me was physical touch and affection. Was it uncomfortable for me in the beginning? Yes. It was a triggering experience for me, not like so triggering I'm downward spiraling, but it was an uncomfortable experience for me. But because I'm emotionally available and committed to loving her, I moved through that discomfort and I showed up for her. And so it also feels like that experience with men as well, where it's like you had an experience with parents where maybe a dad, maybe mom, maybe both, you could have required something emotionally, physically, mentally, financially. Your needs could have triggered them in some way. And instead of fighting through those triggers, instead of fighting through those fears and fighting to love you and fighting to pour into you, they avoided, your needs weren't met. In that moment, you felt abandoned, kind of that break in the bond moment, right? So it's doing that inner child healing work. I've been talking about the receiver's mindset. I'm going to mention it again because it's an amazing course and it goes so much deeper in this, and it gives you all my processes and tools and tricks for, healing this, but do whatever feels right for you. You want to work with those inner children. You want to work with those parts of yourself that are not expecting someone to show up, that are not expecting someone to love you. And even you might want to look at the Love After Loss course. Either of those will help you because the Love After Loss is literally focused on that. And inside of Love After Loss, there's a whole workshop on my father did this and it taught me this. And then going through the inner child process. I love that workshop. So good. Powerfully healed so much in my relationship with men. Like so good. Okay. I'm going to pull a couple more cards. Maybe one more card. And then we're going to close out the reading. And I'm going to see if you've been saying anything in the chat because I haven't been seeing anything. I mean, I have my chat scrolled up, so if you have been chatting, I haven't been able to see yet. Okay, anything else for Tina? Yep. Okay, we got the 10 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, which for me is just confirmation because pages in the tarot are kids. So it is that inner child work. And I love how this reading was like super lighthearted at first. And then it was like, also you have to deal with your abandonment wounds. Like, oh my God. Okay, so communicating to that inner child, pouring that love into that inner child. And it's like, you've got to communicate to yourself that you're valuable. That's that energy. When something is valuable to us, when something matters to us, we take action according to the needs of that thing. You are a valuable woman. You are the kind of woman that deserves a man to take action in alignment with her needs. You are the kind of woman that deserves a man to move through his discomfort and to heal whatever needs to be healed so that he can show up for you and love you and be there for you in the way that you need. You deserve that treatment. Okay? So it's communicating that to your inner child. And of course, these are not one-time conversations that you have. This is something that you're moving through. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Message held for review. Ha! Not trying to get us all pregnant tonight. You're so funny. Well, as the big sister to a Gemini, I don't do much other than adulting. Oh my God, you're Virgo. The other aspect of mercurial energy eludes me, boo. How did I freaking know? I was like, I really hope you're not an introvert because they're telling you to go outside. When I pull cards for myself, my personal authenticity comes out consistently. That's so interesting. Yeah, I love that. So maybe something really fun for you. What's something fun for a Virgo? You know they have competitions, and yes, I'm being a little bit funny and shady, but you know they have competitions for like bed making. I feel like a Virgo would love that. Like it's a whole convention and they have beds and you have to see who can make the bed the fastest. Your future husband might be there, Diva. He might be there. Whatever is fun for you. Yes. My dating coach is amazing at helping women build rosters of men that support / align with their values and invest in them emotionally and financially if anyone needs help with that. I love that. Apparently extroverted, but in short bursts. I have to recharge, girl. And I get that. And I understand that. So maybe finding the right environments for you. And since you're a Virgo, you can work it into your schedule. It doesn't have to be all the time. It might be once a week, or it might be, different people do different series. Like the local winery, art gala, different things like that. They might host events on a monthly or weekly basis. You put it in your schedule. You get your little tickets, maybe you and a couple girlfriends, and you just make it a part of the routine. It doesn't have to be every night. Yeah, there was certainly a break in the bond with my father figure. Parents separated. Then he passed while I was in high school. I'm so sorry to hear that. I know what that's like. Well, my dad didn't die when I was in high school, but still, I know what that's like. And I'm sorry to hear that. I think I developed the belief that my needs were too much. Yep, I was the odd sensitive one and that was not supported in my family dynamic. My little Pisces moon got my feelings hurt a lot. Yes, I understand that deeply and completely. That was my experience as well. Feeling like I'm asking for too much from the world, but it's not true. You are valuable and you are enough and you deserve to have your needs met. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sending you so much love. I feel like that reading was really, really good. And I hope that it helps you. It gave you a lot of things to work with and to continue to move through. Oh my goodness, excuse me, I'm burping. Okay. All right, my loves. This was really fabulous. It resonates deeply with your Scorpio moon. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that you guys are both watery moons. I have a Capricorn moon, which is so interesting because a lot of people who maybe just don't spend a lot of time with Capricorn will talk about Capricorn and Capricorn moon as if it's like a robot that has no feelings. But I follow an astrologer on TikTok and she was talking about Capricorn and she's like, they're the water goat, basically the mermaid goat, the sea goat. That's what it is. And it's like they have the capacity to dive deep into the emotional depths. And it's so interesting because I had an experience where I was somebody who has so many emotional needs, because of course I'm a Pisces sun, somebody who has so many emotional needs, but because things were so restricted for me emotionally, I just started saying that I needed less, So that Capricorn moon constricting manifested as me constricting and like denying my emotional needs and wants. So yeah, we all have our own little complicated moon sign moments. Thank you. I feel the love. Definitely working on these things already. I appreciate you, girl. Fabulous. I love it. Okay. So wonderful to talk with you guys. It was so wonderful to talk with you guys this evening. I am going to get off now. I love, love, love y'all. And I will talk to you guys in the next live. My father is an Aries moon. Oh, I don't have any other responses other than, oh, I'm thinking about the Aries moons that I know. I think Cardi B is an Aries moon. Yeah. When I think about Aries moons, I usually think about women that are girl bosses. I never think about the men. Like, oh, I've heard interpretations that earth moons absorb the water at greater depths than we tend to understand. I agree. 100%, Tina. I agree. I love an earth moon. I love an earth moon down. Okay. Good night. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here and getting readings. Bye.